This lesson is Working with Video and Audio Elements. In this lesson, you'll learn how to add video to your page using the HTML5 video element. You'll also take a look at some of the associated features of this element that are easy to add, such as player controls and poster images. Additionally, you'll learn how to add backwards compatibility for your video in browsers that do not support the HTML5 video element. Now, I'm working with the index.html page located in the 09 Lessons folder. To save a little bit of time, I've added the video tag as well as some of the attributes. So let's take a look at those now. The HTML5 video element is very simple in theory. Here we can see the opening video tag, and we have a source, in this case pointing to the bigbuck.og video inside the videos folder. Now this will be important a little later on. The file extension for this video tells me that it's using the OGG codec, or the OGG extension. Currently, this video file format is supported in browsers such as Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. We'll come back to that in a moment, but let's look at some of the other attributes. We have the controls attribute. This will add player controls to the bottom of our video. And we have the poster attribute, which in this case is pointing to a JPEG image. This poster attribute is used to load an image on the screen when the user first comes to the browser. Additionally, this file has the width and height attributes, which are effectively resizing this video, which was about twice the size originally. So let's take a look at the video in Firefox. You can see the initial poster image located here. We also see the player controls when I place my cursor over the video. And if we press play, the video will begin to play. I'll pause it here just for a moment. One of the reasons that the HTML5 video element is so exciting is that previously we relied on plugins such as Flash to create video, or browser plugins for QuickTime or Windows Media Video, for example. The HTML5 video element gives us these common attributes, such as the player controls seen here. These have all the common features you'd be used to in video, such as the ability to seek and to change the volume. And we also have attributes for full screen and more. So this is all really great. The main problem, of course, is that not all browsers support the same video formats. For example, if I go into Internet Explorer 9 and I look at the same file, all I receive is the poster image. The video is not playing because the OGG file format is not supported in Internet Explorer 9. Now, it's not just IE9 that has this problem. It's also browsers such as Apple Safari, and of course the popular iOS for Apple, which includes things like the iPhone and the iPad. None of those browsers currently support the OGG file format. So in order to play this video, we also need to add additional code for MPEG-4 in this case. Let's take a look at how we would do this. Now in my case, I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to go into this text file, video source. You do not have this text file in your lesson folder. You'll have to add this code by hand, and we give you instructions on how to do that in the book. I'm going to go ahead and copy this code here, these two source elements, the first one for the bigbuck.og, and the second one for the bigbuck.mpeg4. Once I copy those, I'm going to go back to my index page, and within that video element, I'm going to paste that code. I'm going to remove this first source element, because that's actually duplicated down below on this second line. So let's just take a look at what I added here. The first line is simply a source to the OGG video. Additionally, we have additional information for the browser, in this case the type as well as the codecs. I'll come back to that in just a moment. We also have a similar source line for the MPEG-4 video, as well as the type and the codecs. The reason we add this information is to assist web browsers in determining the compatible files for the browser. In other words, what you want to do is prevent the user from downloading unsupported files. So in other words, when the browser loads your HTML code, it checks for compatibility based on the type attribute, and it saves time and bandwidth by not downloading the files it can't use. Additionally, you would want to add a fallback for browsers that don't support either of those. And a very simple way to do that would be to create a link to the video, like so. So what you want to add here is simply a heading 1, and that is linking to your bigbuck.mpeg4 video. So to give you a sense of what this would look like, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to copy that H1 tag temporarily. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to paste it below this video tag. And I'm going to remove this video tag altogether, just temporarily. This is just to illustrate what this would look like if a user came to this page and their browser could not support the video element. So let's save that file. And I'll go back to Firefox in this case and reload the page. So this is what the user would see. A simple link that when they click on it would begin to download the video. This is not ideal, but at the very least it's a good fallback. Let's go back to our code. I'm going to undo that and bring the heading 1 back into the video element. Now the last thing we'll take a look at here is even more reverse compatibility. Now to demonstrate this, I'm going to cheat a little bit and go to my video source code, which again you do not have in your lesson folder. You would have to type all this out. I'm going to copy this code, which is simply an object tag. I'm going to go back to my index.html page, and I'm going to place this object code inside of the video element. So just a brief description of what this is. Simply put, this is a link to a Flash video player. So all the information here in this line is essentially giving you the same features in Flash that you have in HTML5. The way this works is that when an older browser that doesn't support HTML5 opens this page, the browser will bypass the source and the video elements, and it will load this object element. I can't demonstrate this feature at the moment because all of my browsers support the HTML5 video format. Rest assured, however, that when you add this code to your pages, they will be backwards compatible for all browsers that have the Flash Player plugin. That's it for now. In this lesson, you learned how to add video to your page using the HTML5 video element, and you also looked at some ways to add backwards compatibility for your pages.